Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Shaw. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got an open man. It's QT. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Check, check, check. Watch the eye.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm scared.
Here's 2nd and 8. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
Second and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
We got this.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 86 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
2nd and 4. On the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On first down, Hines. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And able to find Dorsett. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's Prescott, and that will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
That's what I do. Check it back, check it back.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
He'll drop to throw. He's got Smith here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On play action, they'll throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
They can't stop us, baby.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Let's get off the field.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Caught by Allen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll drop the throw. It's complete to Hopkins. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw.
No.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A first down throw for Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 33. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
No. Right.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 8. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 33. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Not today, you are. Not today.
They'll run on first down. It's Allen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Watch the slant.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, This lead is very, very slim. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Second and 3. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
On first down, Hines. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to throw. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And he'll go down at the 28. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run on first down. Foreman, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Kill. Jim.
Now a give right side. It's Hines, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Check 24. Check 24. Mike's 50.
I got it.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, Hines. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Back now in Arlington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Check out.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Check 20. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll try to run with Hines. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
You ain't doing nothing today. Anyway, watch the shit.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
They'll look to throw here. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Prescott. Dorsett making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And again, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Here's Allen. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Hey, check Mike 39.
Back to throw here. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott, and his throw is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second and 6. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Prescott. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before an important 3rd down.
What's the mic? Watch one. Watch one. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Prescott to throw on fourth. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. This is Hines. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made